Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tom Foster at Foster Web Marketing, and it's our 1 o'clock, what is it, this third Tuesday of the month webinar. And I got to tell you, I'm pretty excited to be here today. I think that I haven't been on a webinar in who knows how long. And it's exciting for me and for you all, because today is the first webinar ever that I'm doing with my number one son, Thomas Shelton Foster III.
Good afternoon, everybody.
So it's pretty exciting. Thomas has put all this together. And when we were thinking about, well, what should we do for this webinar? Because we always like to, we have plans that Zach puts together. He's all rigid and rules, all these rules.
Super organized.
Yeah, totally.
Data-driven.
Yeah, it's all good. And then he's like, well, you can do it on this. And so we took what he said, because it's all part of our schedule, because we are doing marketing here at Foster Web Marketing. And so this is part of the schedule, right? So we embellished a little bit.
Well, this was my idea, actually.
Okay, well, Thomas has taken it on to get Zach.
No, Zach, he gave it all the fluff.
That's
he gave
true.
it everything it needed.
All right, but we don't have a whole lot of time for all this nonsense. Real quick, Thomas, when did you come back this time? How long you been?
It's been about 2 months.
Yeah. So Thomas worked here before when he was going to school, before he went off, and he was doing coding, working in the coder cave with all the coders.
Yes.
So he's probably worked on something in everybody's website. And then he was off marketing for Westminster School for a few years and really helped them. And got him back, and now he is working with us and working with Zach and our own marketing, and it's going great so far. He's getting a lot of good stuff done. So a lot of the emails that you see coming out from us these days are from Thomas, and so it's pretty fun and exciting.
Yeah, it really has been.
Is it good for you, son?
Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's this place is a lot more marketing oriented, and that's something that I really started to enjoy doing at my last job. And so developing here some more has been a real pleasure.
Yeah, and he's brought a new kind of sense of inspiration and enthusiasm to the team. And in marketing, that's what you need to have. You need to have enthusiasm. And that's a little bit about what we're talking about today.
Yes.
We want to talk about some holiday season marketing, which is generally fun. That's what you want it to be. And so we've got some good examples that we're going to show you and some great suggestions for you all to do yourselves. And there's no better way to show that than giving examples of what other people have done. So Thomas, let's talk a little bit about how to make the most of the holiday season. Like, what are we doing around here? Like we, my favorite holiday, as Thomas knows, since he was just a mere tot, just a baby, is Halloween.
Halloween, yes.
Halloween is great. We get the house all dudded up, right, Thomas?
Yeah, yes, we do.
We're like the most embarrassing house in the neighborhood, much to my wife's chagrin. And then nothing happens for Christmas. No, that's not true.
Well,
we're getting better.
Definitely more thought and effort goes into Halloween.
Yeah. Well, anyway, nobody wants to hear about that stuff. They want to hear about what to do. So have a Halloween party, or at least get people to come dressed up. I kind of make it a rule that they got to come dressed up. Not everybody follows it, Toby, but most people do.
And it's all about getting that awesome Halloween picture of the whole group, each individual picture, and posting that all over your social media where people can kind of see what you're doing and relate and find some more excitement during the holidays when they're on social media looking around, looking for something to capture their interest.
Yeah, remember the ultimate thing is that people respond to people they like. People buy from people they like. People listen and pay attention to people they like.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like going out there and putting on a costume is silly and fun for everybody. So don't be too embarrassed to do it unless you're just not really comfortable doing it. Then don't do it. But other people, you encourage your staff to do it. It doesn't always have to be yourself, but make sure that other people are doing it. So we had a great example. You want to show the example of what Hupy did there?
Yeah. roll over here.
So this is Hupy and Abraham, one of our clients that's up in Milwaukee, and they've got a nice employee costume contest. Look at that. So that's kind of what we do too. Is you just put up the people out there, and the employees love to get it or love to do it, and then, well, some of them do. That's good. That was funny. Social media. Oh, that was a good one. And then
Three blind mice.
And then their friends see that. Oh, that's good. That's pleasant.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's good stuff, and then you can get other people to play around. Anyway, so that's an example.
If you look at this right here, this post here has significantly more engagement than most other posts on this page. Not that they don't get a lot, but you'll find that as we look through some of these social media posts that it gets way more likes, loves, laughs.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, like, it's not always talking about, cases and whatever.
Yeah, and if you have a post like this every so often that ends up getting 40 plus likes, loves, whatever, that's going to make your other posts more visible because Facebook will then know that your posts are worthy of engagement. So that will kind of add to the fuel of your fire.
That's a good point. I mean, that's no different than your website. The more traffic that you get that stays around longer, that's an algorithm tick to Google. It says, well, this website is keeping people around longer. Same thing is true of your social media. So the more interesting things that you have and people are interacting with it, right, Thomas?
Yes.
That's the whole point. It's not just putting boring stuff out there. Those of you that have tried social media before and it hadn't worked for you, it was probably because you weren't putting out interesting things to your clients. It's not that social media doesn't work, and it doesn't work the same way every time. Anyway, so these are great examples. Let's move on. Thanksgiving, because Halloween is come and gone, but think about that for next season. Thanksgiving is a great opportunity to do lots of different kinds of things. I think that what we've done in the past is we've done, like what we're thankful for, just video clips of what we're thankful for. You can do that.
Yes, and those posts are coming soon. We have one post so far of our Thanksgiving luncheon or our potluck.
We did a potluck yesterday. That's another good thing that you can do is just do a potluck. I know I'm not saying anything like that's like, oh my gosh, so new and out of the universe, but it's just a reminder of stuff that you should do. That the holiday season comes quick. That's something I've noticed, and it comes quicker and quicker every year. You're slogging through the summer, and then back to school, and then we have our conferences, and then boom, here we are in the thick of holiday season. So yeah, potluck is a great thing that you can do. And take pictures and post them. Thomas, I think that you're doing some of that.
Yes.
It was funny, too, because you got to be careful. Thomas was like, you got to take pictures of this stuff. And Thomas is taking pictures of Toby Crandall frying the turkey fryer in the kitchen. And we were like, is this legal? Frying the turkey in the kitchen? Anyway, so just be careful about what you post, obviously. That goes without saying. But so Jim Dodson, who's just an amazing guy and lawyer and client and just a super, super generous person. He gives away, what does he do? He gives away books and
he does a bike giveaway, yeah. I think every Christmas. And I was going to say that, there are a lot of routes to go down. And we first talked about fun posts. That's relatively simple and easy, you might be thinking. Just have fun with it, make it public. Then there's another route by engaging in local events and doing giveaways, things that take a little more effort, but end up being also really engagement heavy. So let's see here.
Oh, he does so much stuff. I mean, yeah. That's the thing.
And it's so perfect because he loves to bike, and he's a bike attorney.
A lot of you have maybe heard me talk about this, and I know that Jim did a presentation about this at GLM at Ben Glass's Great Legal Marketing that we just had in October, which we have every year. And if you haven't been to one, you should go. There's a lot of very successful attorneys that attend and speak, and Jim was one of them. And Jim wasn't always like this. He didn't think like this when I first met him years and years ago. And, it's really combining your passion with stuff that you can do in the community. And Jim's been a biker his whole life. And so when I first met him, he was just doing his biking, and then he was practicing law, and he was just like everybody else practicing law. And everybody needs to find something different about themselves, and there's nothing better than attaching to a passion. That's a great thing that he does. What is this? Horrible 100? Was this the?
So this looks like a local event that he is participating in.
Yeah, and he posts that stuff. And yeah, that's another thing too, is that you don't necessarily have to do it yourself, but posting other people's events up there, getting people that is important. Hey, I'm going to be here at this thing. Like my passions, like everybody knows that I'm kind of a Star Trek nerd, original series only. So I'll post pictures about that. And everybody that knows me is always posting stuff and sending me stuff about Star Trek and Captain Kirk. And also I'm a big music fan and all that stuff. So trying to connect all that stuff together, like we were just having our meeting this morning about marketing and our Christmas video this year.
Yeah.
So we're already starting to plan our Christmas video. I think we'll do a cover of a Christmas song that I'll redo, and so we're thinking about that kind of stuff, connecting all of what we're passionate about into it. Like Thomas is very creative, so we'll have some cool creative stuff. We'll do some really cool video editing, and I'll get to play some music. We've got some other musicians here at the company that can participate. So everybody gets behind it. So it's a really fun event, and then they'll share it out to everybody else. One important point is that make sure everybody's on board. Don't just force this down their throat.
Yes,
they're not going to play if they're not buying into it. Okay, so that's Jim. I just encourage anybody to just kind of follow along Jim Dodson. If you want to know, and Hupy and Abraham too. Now Hupy and Abraham's a giant firm, but they do so many good things for the community. Michael Hupy has been just a strong supporter of the community for years and years and years. And his team, Jill and her and all the people that work there, just done. She's got a whole group that goes out there and participates in these community efforts. I've seen it, so it's really cool.
Yeah, they're great on their Facebook page.
Yeah, they're really good. So that's the thing, is like you don't need to do you don't need to walk through the minefield, first. You can see what other people have done and say, hey, I like that, and do your own spin on it. All right, so Christmas time. Well, Christmas time is coming up too after Thanksgiving, and what are we going to do? What are some good suggestions for Christmas, Thomas?
Well, I have here a video we did a couple years ago. Would you like to show that?
I don't know. Maybe we should send that to the people that come on afterwards, because I think that it'll be. But that's that's good. We're going to tease them a little bit. We'll send you this video. We've got some funny Christmas videos that we've done in the past. And this is just an example of stuff that you can do. But this one that we have, that we're going to do for our own internal holiday party. We're going to do a white elephant party. That was, I think we just started that last year, maybe the year before. I can't remember, but that's fun. White elephant is just, if you don't know what that is, that's where people just, pull from a hat and you're going to get what you get. And then you steal presents. You shouldn't play with kids, that game, because stealing.
That's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I've seen it. We've seen it happen in our own family.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to mention names. But like adults stealing children's white elephant presents.
Oh, yeah. It gets gruesome.
It does. So be careful about that. And then just take pictures of everybody having a good time. And that's just social media fodder right there for, that's going to carry you through.
Yeah, and it's funny because I actually learned that we did White Elephant here because I was hoping to post something along those lines on social media. So I ended up asking around, finding out we did it. But that's the thing, like if we didn't do it, I would probably try to make it happen. And a lot of fun things can come out of trying to do social media well.
Yeah, that's another good point, is that, use youth to your advantage. Youth, Thomas is my young son, 23 years old. Is that how old you are?
That is how old I am.
It's hard to remember.
Yeah,
he is number 3.
I forget sometimes.
I have 5. You're smack in the middle. Anyway, but that's the good thing, is like Thomas comes in with a lot of good ideas, and you got to think about that too, is that you want to listen to your people, Don't just shut them down because you've done something a certain way. Always be open, especially from the millennial generation, the younger generation, where most of your clients are going to come from. You want to play in their world because they're not playing in your world. And here's the other thing. You don't have to do this yourself, social media and all that stuff. Get people to help you do it, unless you enjoy doing it. I personally don't do very much social media myself. Thomas does all the social media posting on behalf of the company. You're not a big social media guy yourself, personally.
No, I hardly use it.
And so, like, you don't have, but the point is, this is for business. Now, if you enjoy doing it, by all means, go nuts and reshare. And I reshare stuff like that. But, I'm a busy guy, and as most of us are. But anyway, these are some great tips here. Some other things. We were just talking about this, holiday cards, right?
Yes. We still have to plan ours out, but holiday cards are another really awesome thing, something that people never really expect to get. And if you can get your whole team together and do something fun, funny, ideally, I would say, and send those out to all your past clients, future clients, whoever it is, it can be really effective. It can really, just like a handwritten letter, it can really make people think passionately about you and think you're.
Well, it reminds you. And it's funny, like, because often you're not going to think about, well, such and such didn't send me a holiday card.
Yeah.
Like, that jerk. Like, I don't think about that, but I certainly am, like, humbled and pleased, obviously, and taken back when I get a card or a gift. Jay Henderson, who most of you should know, if you don't know, you need to know him. Jay Henderson, you shouldn't hire anybody in your company without getting a employee profile from or a personal profile from Jay Henderson, which is realtalenthiring.com. Anyway, I've been working with Jay for years and years. He's a great guy, and he sent us some stuff from Harry and David that came here this week. And I talked to him a lot, but I was like, wow, that was really thoughtful. And he wasn't like, hey, by the way, I'm sending you something. Just came, and the whole staff enjoys it. As a matter of fact, Joanna, I saw her taking all of the nuts back to her desk and all that stuff. People are like, take what they want.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably going to get in trouble for saying that. Anyway.
Well, yeah, we definitely, and we're talking today of not just holiday stuff. This is kind of.
Yeah, this is year round, but we're just like it's holiday themed.
It is, exactly.
We've said this stuff 1,000 times to you, different ways.
Yeah.
But this is just the holiday spin on it.
Uh-huh. But yeah, the shock and awe is something that we put a lot of thought and effort into all the time. Because, just like a holiday letter, getting a little box of gifts is hugely powerful and just makes you really value people you're working with there.
I remember Kia, Arian, who's Kia, Ezine, not Ezine, what is it? Ezine, I can't remember. Kia, everybody knows Kia. But, and if you don't, we'll put it in the email that goes afterwards. But Kia sent me, she does our newsletter, she does everybody's newsletter, a bunch of print collateral. Kia sent me a shock and awe package, I think it was last year or year before, that blew my mind. And it was fantastic. And as a result of that, her sending me that, she got a lot more business from me that she wasn't getting because it reminded me of her talent and her quality. And it just came at a time where I was like, wow, not only was I amazed by what was in it, the thought, the handwritten note and all that stuff, the thought that went in it. But I was like, wow, that's really cool. So think about that for yourselves, sending out things to your clients, past clients that have worked with you that, that you like, that this is a referral business.
Yeah.
And so you want them to refer you business. Everybody on this call, their number one business or their best business comes from referrals. And so this is a way to stimulate that referral network by sending out big packages. And a holiday newsletter, of course, you want to kind of theme your newsletter. If you're doing a print email newsletter, make sure you have silly holiday stuff in there, regardless of the holiday. This is year round. So you want to kind of attach that. And you can use any funky holiday too.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
tons of holidays throughout the year that you can take advantage of.
yeah, they're silly holidays. Okay, so examples of some. What do you got here? Social media posters. Oh, these are people that are posting. Is that what you meant? I
Um,
thought you were like a poster, like I don't know,
like a
like a
yeah.
black light poster. I was like, what is a post? But that's anyway. But these are people.
There's a poster of Facebook.
Okay, so Hupy's good for doing great social media. Jim Dodson, Voss Law. What's Voss going on? What does he have going on?
Let's see. Let's find him here. Yeah, Voss is another.
Parker. What's going on with Parker doing? Brad Parker?
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't see.
Parker. Let's look at Parker real quick here. Yeah, he is overall fantastic on social media because he puts so much effort into every single post. He's got almost every week or so. It seemed like he has a video post.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and it's well
Well, he
edited and
does this.
everything.
He does his own little radio show. He does his little video, like what is it, the bar or at the bar or something? Bar talk. That's what it is.
Yeah, here it is. This is the little intro to that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So he
the
puts this out
hashtag.
there, and I think Cammy, look at that, 114 views.
Yeah.
So Cammy Fox, I think, does all this stuff for him, and I think that we help him out a little bit. But this is great. Look at this.
Yeah.
Now that's spectacular.
Not as much as engagement as you would like, but great posts regardless.
So you're going to send all these out in the email afterwards
Yes,
for everybody?
I will.
All right. Okay. I'm trying to be mindful of our time. All right, and then DeLoach, they've always got good stuff. They've really done well. Oh, look, they got a good. Oh, let's
Yeah,
get
I was
them
gonna
up there.
show
Yeah,
the
that's good, 'cause
Halloween
they've got the
post they
Halloween
got.
poster
Yeah.
pictures up there.
This was also one of their higher engaged posts here. But you know that I mean it's just one picture, just fun little picture, and
Yeah.
I see 30 likes, one share, comment.
Okay, so that's good. And what else we got here?
And I
Oh,
I am
Greenspun.
showcasing Facebook here, but these apply to Twitter, maybe less or so LinkedIn, Google Plus if you use that. But we all know Facebook is the primary social media platform, and Twitter as well, Instagram.
Yep. But this is a good one on Greenspun. They're doing
Yes.
this. They're silent auction. So there you go. Once again, they're connecting themselves to a charity and community event and posting that up there. So that's another thing that we've done that in the past too. That you can do is you just can connect to other events they're doing.
Yeah, very highly engaged post there as well.
All right, so let's talk about the benefits we got about 7 more minutes. So real quick, the biggest benefit of this is why you do everything is to build your brand. Remember what we said. Your brand is your name, especially a law firm. It's your name of your law firm, but it's the name of every lawyer in that law firm because people refer lawyers by name, sometimes by law firm, but mostly by name. And so when people do a search for you, they want, you want to come up in a good light and you want to be seen out there. So it helps you with your brand. And the more consistent you are with the way that you behave in your office, the way that your staff is, and the way that you project that socially. And Thomas is right. Facebook is just one example of social media that pretty much everybody's most comfortable with. But social media is so many things these days. There's thousands and thousands of social media vehicles, and people are looking for you there. And especially the millennials, which will take over the world, which if they haven't already, there's more millennials than anybody. Those are your future clients, and so you need to be where they are, and they're in multiple places. And so establishing your authority is another point, right, Thomas?
Yeah.
So, like, how does it help you establish your authority?
Well, one thing that especially doing those little videos and showing pictures of yourself does is it kind of how do you say, it makes you seem like a celebrity after a certain amount of time of people seeing your posts and seeing that you're engaging in activities, you're getting out there, you're doing this, that, and the other thing, and being active all the time. Eventually, people are going to start seeing you as some sort of figure in wherever field you're at.
It's true. People walk in here because they've seen a video on YouTube and they like act like I'm a celebrity.
Yes.
And it takes a little while to get used to, but I've been a celebrity for so long. Just kidding.
Yes. But no, it's true. That is what happens. We also talk about that a lot in having video on your website.
Yeah.
Where that same effect will happen, but that same effect can happen on your social media, and oftentimes that's the first place they're finding you at.
Right. So like Brad Parker does a great job of putting those videos out there. Now, hey, listen, you might have a face for radio and you don't want to put video out there. We'll get a spokesmodel to do it. All right. Put out informative videos or get somebody that in your office that enjoys doing it. It doesn't always have to be you doing it. But even still, it doesn't matter really. It should be authentic to you. Obviously, you're not afraid to get up in court or you're not afraid to look at people across the desk when you're talking to them. So there's no reason why you can't shoot videos. You're knowledgeable, informative, and as it creates, makes you the guy or the gal, whatever. So don't be afraid to do it. Okay, we got to hustle here. Got a few more minutes. Okay, so the big thing too is that increasing traffic to your website, right?
Yeah.
So that's what all this stuff does too. Is that obviously the more traffic, everybody wants traffic to their website. Social media, YouTube is social media. YouTube is actually the #2 search engine. So having videos out there that are searchable. Some people just search for videos. Other people search for content. So you want to make sure that you're not ignoring that. Everybody wants page one, page one, page one. So if you don't have videos, you're not on page one for all the video stuff. And actually, not a lot of people are doing it. So look in your own market to see if anybody owns page one when you search through videos. Okay. And in YouTube for that kind of stuff, because there might be an opportunity there. And of course, sharing videos, sharing content to social media, to Facebook, to Twitter, to LinkedIn, to whatever you're doing is the way to go.
Yeah.
And also Google Analytics measures all that stuff too.
Yeah, it does.
So what else? It also uses it to boost your search rankings, right? So social media is good for SEO. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
It is true. Why? Because you're sending people that are interested in reading your stuff. They will engage with the page longer. They'll stay around longer. They'll interact with you longer. And that sends some good signals to Google that people are like, well, this is the information I'm looking for.
Yes.
It would be a bad signal to Google if you did a social media post and people came in and left right away.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure your social media doesn't suck.
Right, yeah, Thomas? You want people to be on your page for a while, scrolling down and seeing that you're active on it. As soon as somebody sees that you haven't been posting for a month, they might think, oh well, this isn't worth my time. But people love seeing super active social media pages. If you're posting twice a day, once every 2 days, people are going to really think that you're active, and they'll think that you're worthy of their time.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, they're on your page for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they hit like and they visit the website. It all cascades.
And they might comment on it.
Yes.
And, another point, too, though, is like this is not about keyword ranking. That's not what I'm saying. So don't try to stuff keywords in social media posts.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm talking about. But just sending by people clicking on people interested in getting more information will click on that and go to your website and engage with your website, interact with your website. That's what helps you from an SEO standpoint. There's nothing to do with PageRank other than better interaction with your website will help you with PageRank. All right. And the final point is making a personal connection with your audience, right?
Yes.
Especially during the holidays. We said this is about any time, but especially during the holidays, you're there for them, and it's a special time. The holidays are a special time. So hearing from you, not trying to sell them anything or whatever, just like, hey, happy Thanksgiving or happy Hanukkah or happy, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year or whatever.
It's a family time.
Right.
And once you show I mean, you might be doing this all year round on social media, but show yourself as the family man that you are, family woman that you are. Be real around this time, especially, and people will really come to accept that and appreciate that.
That's right. Okay, we have run out of time, Thomas. It's over before you know it. The fun. Okay, so we are going to send an email follow-up with some information with these examples that we went over real quick, with links to some of what we think are better social media stuff. A couple of video treats of things that we've done in the past that are pretty funny, we think.
Yeah.
You be the judge. There's some old stuff in there that we'll pull out. And then we've got a demo of the social media posting tool that we've got that you guys will check out. Thomas, it was an honor and a privilege to have this webinar with you. Our first webinar together. They let me out of the closet to the webinar. Right?
Yes.
So thanks for letting me out of the closet to do this with you. I think this is going to be fun.
I feel the same way. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing this again very soon.
Our December webinar.
Yes.
I'm not sure what it's about yet.
Yeah,
but it's going to be fantastic. It'll be even better.
It is, and it might be at a different time.
Yeah, we might be moving the time because we're conflicting with the one and only Dave Freeze.
Can't do that.
And we can't do that. So we don't want you to miss one or the other. And so anyway, we'll probably change the time a little bit. We'll see. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, a wonderful holiday. And we will talk to you next month.
Indeed.
Thanks, Thomas.
Of course.
Hey, I love you, son.
I love you too, Dad. Bye, everybody.